Hello and welcome to Jekyll Geek's RPG Realm. I am Jekyll Geek, and here I am today to show you about pretty much what I consider one of the best features of DC-20, and pretty much why I decided to play this game over Dungeons and Dragons 5e. The feature I'm going to talk about is monster creation. Even though DC-20 does not have a full monster manual as of yet, I find creating monsters a lot easier than having to pick and choose which monster to throw at my party if I was still DMing 5th edition. In this video, I'll show you how I would make a mean lock, not a meme lock, a MEE as in mean, not meme. But we can look at the stats as it is a already existing monster in Dungeons and Dragons, as well as other systems like, oh no, don't want to show you that. Other systems such as Pathfinder or Dungeon World, which so it makes it one of those monsters that are not WotC IP, so I could use them in my games as well. See? But let's start off looking at this stats, and I like this picture of the meenlock, although I've seen several others. We can save this image. And after that, we go back to looking at its various stats. See, int x. Okay. Now that we see some of its traits, mainly the teleport, the fear aura, and the claws that cause a bit of paralyzation, we can create our meenlock in a nifty site called DcCrit, which I am going to use today, which you can use to create a new monster, which I will do. And here we have all the various stats I can fill in. And to figure out what the stats I'm going to use, I am going to, well, first I'm going to create a render and save. Okay, for the stats, I'm going to make it a level 2 monster, as you can find out what levels things are in DC-20 Magazine Beta Bestiary Volume 2, which you can buy at the dungeoncoach.com for only $5. And honestly, in about the 5 months since this has come out, this has been my favorite magazine of all, even though the other ones do have their nice points. Magazine number 12 is something you really want to buy if you are game mastering DC-20 and you're not watching this far enough into the future that you've have a better source. But let's go on to Beta Bestiary, and look at the table. And we see the table for a level 2 monster. And we're going to call it a lurker, since it has all this nice stealth stuff. So it's good at stuff like evasion, damage, and mobility, but not so great at crowd control or defense or HP. So it's sort of a glass lurkers or stealth monsters, but they're sort of a glass cannon. I'll look at it. Thump. So see a normal one, normal 13 and 12. 12. However, we saw the meenlock stats and found it's a Fey, and a small Fey at that is a level 2 Fey. Unknown. Let's call it a lurker. And rank mid tier. So, however, we saw that it's more of an agile type monster, so going to give it probably 1, but yeah, it's a 7. Actually, let's reduce that charisma. Given a -1 might. So given that, we should probably reduce its AD a couple and bump up its precision defense. Let's see. Look at the meenlock. It doesn't have, although it's only immunity to frightened, since it is a fear creature. Let's see. Intimidated, immune. And thus, we have the basic stats. Let's give it some awareness. Um, and some stealth, since it is a sneaky creature. That's dark vision. See, this is going to be a normal creature, so it only has 4 actions. And its other speed, well, let's give it the teleport 5 in darkness. It's a level, let's check, it's a level 2, so it has a +4, and a base damage of 2. And a save DC of 14. A claw, which would do 2, let's see, I think it'd be slashing damage. And an attack enhancement. Done. Check gives it a, see what Constitution save. So that would be a might save. And let's, instead of just the Aurum, I was thinking maybe we could give it a sort of a telepathic attack. a Nightmare Ray. Range 10 versus PD. Or no, wait. Or a 3 versus 80. And since it's a area effect, let's give it psychic resistance. Since it gives out let's get a charisma save versus uh, intimidation and fail by 5. Frightened instead. So now we have a somewhat complex creature. And let's see, it didn't take that long to make. And the thing is, with this template, you can just create any sort of monster that you want. I just picked a meenlock since it looked like an interesting one. And it was also one that I sort of knew the stats idea for, but it's a more complex monster. So that is how I decided to make a meenlock. I hope you found this interesting, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.